morning everyone, happy Sunday. Tracy Bish here, your Stampin' Up demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. It is Tracy Sunday live time, so welcome everyone who is here, whether you're watching the live now or the replay later on. I'm really happy that you're here. I have a really fun card for you today using the theme of shaker cards. So this week, the whole week is shaker card theme. So I really hope that you get inspired today, that you get creating and you share what shaker card that you're going to create today. Hi Glenda, how are you? Hi Deborah. Hopefully everyone is well and you're having a really great weekend. We have not so nice weather out there today and it's really windy and we're supposed to be cutting down a dead tree. So I don't know whether we've decided whether we're doing that yet. It's a little bit scary how windy it is. Hi Marion, how are you? It is a lovely cool day, which is nice. I'm not gonna complain. I was just complaining to someone the other day about it being warm and I can't wait for autumn to start. Anyway, so today's card, we are doing a shaker card. I decided to use the Share A Milkshake Bundle. This is such a fun one. It is a photopolymer stamp set. It has some really great dies as well. And there's actually dies that cut out our stamped images, but then there's a few extras. So you've got a waffle cone. You have like this wonderful feature, which I think you could use if you're doing like another sort of waffle cone. Hi Rachel, how are you? Some hearts and some fun things to add to either your milkshake, your cone, waffle cone, or a sundae. So I think this is a really cute little set to play with. So that's what we're going to be playing with. Let me show you the card. It is this one here, and I've gone with Flirty Flamingo as our colour. So as you can see in the bottom, there are some little sequins that makes it all nice and shiny. And I think what's really pretty is this actually looks like, you know, the bubbles of froth in your milkshake. That's what I think it looks like. So super cute little easy card. I could have stepped it up a little bit by embossing the background here, but I think keeping it plain, adding some sequins in the sides, I think looks really good. One thing I also have done is I've done some heat embossing. So I haven't done heat embossing for what feels like weeks, so it'll be fun to get that heat embosser tool going again. Alright, so I have my kit here ready to go. There is a link in the description of this video for my blog post, which has some more photos, all the measurements, the products that I've used as well. So you can purchase them over there by clicking on the link. I do have, and this one I don't, I have to go in and do it. I didn't pop a basic white piece inside, so I do have a piece for that. But I do have 3 pieces of the basic white. This is our Brights collection designer series paper pack. So I've gone with that. The card base is Flirty Flamingo. I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo card for our sentiment. A piece of basic white thick for our sundae top, or the milkshake top and the straw. And then a window sheet for to create our shaker card. Now for inside and for decorating, I've gone with the For Everything Fancy sequins. This comes in a box. Hi Beverly, how are you? Hi Cheryl. Good morning everyone. Comes in a box. There are 3 full packs of sequins, which these are amazing. Blue, green and pink. I've obviously gone with the pink because I'm using Flirty Flamingo. But it is amazing how many sequins are in there, and they're mixed with metallics as well, so it's really, really pretty. You've got silvers and golds and all that mixed in there as well. So yeah, that is in the annual catalogue. Okay, so we're going to get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some stamping, and I'm also going to do some die cutting. Now to start off with, before we stamp, I'm just going to glue my piece of Brights 6x6. This is actually cut down and what's the measurement there of this one? 3 by 4.5. I'm just going to glue this straight to one of those basic white thick card bases. Hi Sean, how are you? And we'll be die cutting that milkshake piece straight from this. So just straight in the middle. Super simple. I can move that to the side. Now for this one, we're going to grab out our stamps. I'm going to need that milkshake top. And as you can see, I've only just started to use this stamp set for this card, but I've got some really great ideas with it. For the straw, there's actually 2 straws that you can choose from, just a basic straw and one that's detailed like this one. I've gone with the detailed one because I think that looks really cool. And we are going to need some Versamark ink. We're also going to need some Flirty Flamingo ink. I'm doing a fun technique for this top of the milkshake there. So I don't know how well it picks up in the video, but we've actually heat embossed this with Flirty Flamingo. So to do that, we're going to add some Versamark ink to our stamp, like so. Then we're going to come in with the Flirty Flamingo ink, and then we're going to ink up with that. That gives us our nice colouring. Then if we use our clear embossing powder, that will actually heat emboss with that colour. So I know that Stampin' Up say that you can just use your inks and heat emboss straight with the inks, which yes you can. I find that sometimes if you're not super quick, it doesn't get a good coverage of the powder. And one thing that by doing it this way with the Versamark first and then putting it in your stamp pad, it doesn't affect your ink pad at all. So by putting Versamark first and then going in, you're not hurting your ink pad. So I just find that that's just the easiest way to do it. Okay, so we're just going to use our heat tool and just melt that powder. Sean said she saw Wendy using the blue sequins on a video she posted today. These look great. I haven't seen that card yet, Sean. I'll have to go and check that out. It comes on too late here in Australia. It's 11:30 or later when it comes on. I'm usually asleep by then. So it'll become nice and shiny. Which is great. And then we can move on over to our straw. And for that, we're going to stamp with the Versamark again. And because I had my fingers there, let's just grab the embossing buddy and make sure we don't wreck our image. Stamp our straw. And then for the straw, I'm actually using gold embossing powder, because we're using the gold sequins from that set. Sort of just ties everything all in together. Hi Jeanette, how are you? I did struggle getting out of bed this morning, so I didn't know whether I was going to make it in time. But we're here. I haven't had my cuppa yet. Feeling really lazy the last few weeks. Alright, so I'm going to grab these out of the road. We're going to use our little mini because we can get away with that with this project, I believe. Let's hope. No, let's get the big one out just in case. I don't want to wreck the sides. So I've got my cut and emboss machine here. We're going to die cut our two little images. So the straw, I think I'm missing a die. And I think this is the one. What am I doing? This one just embosses up the side. I don't have my magnetic plate. I'm going to have to get that shoe glue and see if I can glue it together, because I really miss not having the magnetic plate to use. Oh, you just got up as well, Jeanette. That's awesome. I don't feel bad at all. Hi, Judith. Yes, you could do clouds with this one. Yes, definitely. Okay, so we have our two little images there. I'm going to come back with that piece that we glued on our brights to. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this sort of down towards the bottom. We just want a nice little bit of a border down there. And in the middle, I think that looks good. We'll go with that one. And run this one through. And we can get rid of this one for the minute. Now, I haven't finished embossing and I haven't finished stamping. I don't know what I was doing there, but we can come back in and just finish those off. I have a little bit of a strip of Flirty Flamingo cardstock. That is for our sentiment. And let me bring the card in so you can see what we're creating there. There it is there. So let me grab that stamp out. There's some good sentiments in this one. Life is sweeter with you. You're a cherry on the top. Celebrate and be my Valentine. So you've got quite a few different occasions there that you can use this stamp with. I don't really do Valentine's cards, so I won't be using that, but there's a little heart die in this, which is so cute. I could see really cute projects with that one and cards. So we're going to emboss this one in the gold as well. So just in the middle. Sorry, I skipped a little bit around everything. I just forgot the sentiment. What's everyone up to today? Are you doing anything exciting? Or are you having a nice restful Sunday? And because this is a really tiny little bit, I'm going to save my fingers from burning them and just grab my tweezers. Oh, so Jeanette, that DSP is the Brights pack in the annual catalogue. You know, you have the Colour Family DSP packs. And it's Flirty Flamingo, the colour. Love the gold on pink, really pretty. Okay. Now I can bring all our pieces back in. We're We're going to start working on this piece here by adding our window sheet on the other side. I really like to use tear and tape for this. It's going to keep it placed down really well. And I like the tear and tape. You really don't have to worry about whether it's going to stay there and work well. It just does. So window sheets are in the annual catalogue. You can use those. Also with our photopolymer stamps, they come with 2 sheets of plastic in there. So when you get them, you can take the one that's a little bit thicker than the other and take that out and use that as window sheet as well. It's a great way of recycling. There we have it. I'm also going to grab some of these are foam adhesive strips. These are also in the annual catalogue. These are great for shaker cards. Now, if you haven't tried these before, I highly recommend grabbing them because they make really light work of shaker cards. You can be used in other things as well, but they really are just super easy to use. So I'm just going to cut off, and I'm just going to line around that milkshake glass. That way we keep our sequins in there. We don't have to have as many sequins as if you made a bigger piece. Oh, is that gonna, no, let's get another bit. That one's not gonna be quite long enough. And you wanna make sure that you're keeping your sequins in. You don't want your sequins to be coming out of the card. So you're butting them up against each other. And that's going to create a nice little area for our sequins to be kept in. I'm also going to go all the way around the card. This pops the card up. Because you've got dimension here in the middle, you have to have it all the way around. And I find that if you use the same pop-up, so if you're using dimensionals, and you can use like the dimensional bones around the sides here, that works just as well. Use your dimensionals around the side as well, so they're all the same size. Because I'm not 100% sure if these are the same size as your dimensionals, same height. And the other thing I like to do is I like to just add just a little bit of extra support around the card. So I'll sort of add a little bit there. And you don't have to do this. This is just something I like to do to make sure it doesn't sag, especially if you're sending it in the post. I find cards get squashed and messed up a little bit in the post. So we've got a nice little layer all the way around. Now I'm going to add my sequins, and then we can take all our backings off and attach the second layer down. Let's see if I can keep them all in there. These are really pretty. There's lots of opaque, there's darker pink, lighter pink, gold and silver, white. I never know if I've got enough in there, but I think that looks really good. So let's take all our backings off and really try and keep those sequins in there. Deborah's having a restful Sunday morning. Awesome. Sloth Sunday, I like that. I think we all need a rest day. So there's nothing wrong with a relaxing day. So these backings come off really easy. I have 2 sequins just on the side there. I'm going to try and pick them up. No, they're going to stay there. That's all right, stay there. So just around the edges now. I always leave the ones on the edge till last. That way, if you move your card a little bit, they're not all going to attach. Your sequins aren't going to attach to your adhesive. Okay, there we have that. Let's bring in another. This measures the same as the other one. We're just going to line it up and secure it down. So although there's less in this one, we are covering it up just a little bit with our sentiment and the top of the milkshake. So you don't have to completely fill it. Don't waste them. You want to make sure that it sort of comes up to about there, maybe even a little bit more if you want to be a bit more generous with them. Okay, so I'm going to start decorating these as well. For our sentiment piece, I'm going to just create a banner cut. So cut in the middle and then up either side. This is going to come together really quickly now that we've got all our pieces done. I find doing shaker cards, doing it the way I've done it, is the easiest. Yes, you use a little bit more cardstock, but what is really good is you don't have anything coming out anywhere. So there's a little slit in this piece, and we can pop down a little straw. So that's super cute. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue just behind there to secure it down, and just a little bit. I don't want it leaking out everywhere. And I'm going to pop some dimensionals on that one. When we stick our sentiment down, we're actually just going to add adhesive on both edges, because that's the only thing really touching the sides there. Don't want to add glue to our window sheet. So I just want to work out where I want it. And I'm not pressing down because we want to be able to sort of move our sentiment piece down underneath it. So before we press down, let's add a little bit of glue on either side, popping him in and under. Cute. All right. What we might do is we might stamp the inside of the card, which I didn't do on my other one. And I'm going to grab out the milkshake, because we haven't used this one yet. I'll grab those 2 out. And the bigger ones. And what will we do? I think we might do a light blue base. So it's going to look like a glass. It might not turn out any good. It might. We never know. It's not something I've done, so I've never even used these stamps. So I have Pool Party here. I'm going to just stamp this a couple of times because I haven't used this stamp yet, so we've got to sort of prime that stamp. Stamp off once, and we're going to do it nice and light for our glass, and that is light. I'm going to stamp this one just to make sure it's primed, and then stamping over the top. This gives us our detailed glass. That's cute. And then for the top, we'll use our Flirty Flamingo. And we better do our straw as well. I'm not convinced on this, and I'm not going to glue it down just yet. I might have to change it because, yeah, I don't really love it. But I'm going to not stamp the whole image of that straw because I want it to look like it's sitting in there, not over the top. So let me just grab this much of the straw and stamp that down and in. There we go. Not convinced. I'll move it to the side. I might have to do something else. But you can definitely stamp inside. Maybe if I went and heat embossed and done all those and stuck them down, that would look really good. All right, so we can add this layer down, and I'm just going to use liquid glue for this. And then we can add all our sequins down as well. Oh. This is a top folding card, so just make sure it's the right way. Perfect. And then we're going to grab just some nice sequins out. I want a mixture of both pinks and gold. Must be staticky on my fingers. So we're sort of using a mixture of all of them. And I'll do 3 for the bottom as well. So we're supposed to be cutting a tree down today, and it's really windy outside. My husband looked up to see how windy it can be to operate the cherry picker, because we're getting a cherry picker. It's pretty high up the tree. And he said that the winds aren't strong enough yet for the cherry picker not to be used. So, I don't know. I'll leave him up to decide on that, but it's pretty windy outside. I'm just going to get rid of just those backings of those pieces. All right, so we're just going to add some little dots down. And down there as well. And I'm using my Take My Pick tool just to pop these sequins into the glue. This tool is so wonderful. It comes with a few different attachments. There is a stylus, a piercing tool. What else is there? A spatula. I think that's everything. But you can get the putties and refill the putties. There's also a dye brush that you can purchase and pop on the end, and that will help getting out all you'll find details from your die cuts. So it's a really good tool to have and very versatile. But there we go. There's our shaker card using the Share A Milkshake Bundle. Let me bring that in and show you. This one here, it's in the mini catalogue. So if you haven't seen that, have a look. I've got some ideas for this that I will have coming soon. So you'll see more of this wonderful bundle from me. But yeah, so this week's theme is shaker cards. So you can do any sort of shaker card that you'd like. I would love if you did a card and then shared it with us. Just go over to my Facebook page, see the shaker card post there, and then pop your card in the comments. The more people join in, the more fun and inspiration that we give to others. And, you know, it's nice to see what everyone else is creating as well. If you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used today, you can purchase them in my online store. Use the host code. I've got some wonderful specials, handmade card as well as a bundle tutorial. If you spend over $100, you also get the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle for the month as well. So great little incentives for shopping with me. And what else did I want to say? I think that's everything. Oh, Deborah says it's sunshine and fine here in Gindra. Nice. We've got sunshine, but it's just really windy. Might keep puppies in the middle yard. Yes, I think so. We're definitely keeping them away from the trees. Thank you, Glenda. Thank you, Sean. Empty glass on the inside would look great. Oh, empty glass in the inside. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we could definitely. I'll turn that over maybe and stamp it and see what it looks like. I'll stamp it with the Flirty Flamingo, I think. Oh, there's the guy picking up his paper and the dogs are going. You guys never seem to miss it. Thank you, everyone. I really enjoyed that you've been here and crafting and chatting with me. I do appreciate your time. And if you have enjoyed this card, I'd love it if you gave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you're watching the replay. And if you haven't hit subscribe, please do that one as well. Rachel says she doesn't have that set. Ooh. Ooh, it might have to go on the list then, Rachel. It's a good one. And I've only just started using it, but I've got so many ideas that I've just got to get time to get playing with. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope that you have a happy and safe rest of your weekend, and I'll see you hopefully on Thursday at 5 o'clock. All right, everyone, bye-bye.